Hello my little lovebirds, TonyaTko here, and today is Tuesday. So I hope you guys had a wonderful extended weekend. We just came off of the July 4th holiday and I wanted to talk with you all. Today's video is entitled, what's the title of my video? Okay. The 10 signs that you may be a booty call. So this video is about booty calls, baby. So we're not just going to talk about the problems, but the next follow-up video is going to be a video on how to stop yourself from becoming a booty call, or to get out of your booty call situation, or even try to rearrange it a little bit if you're already in one. All right, so listen, you guys ready to get right into the video? I want to make this really quick. Okay, we're in at 52 seconds. I'm going to try to make this under 10 minutes. So the top 10 signs that you may be a booty call. Number 10. His terms, your turf. If whenever you guys meet up, it's always on his terms, but always on your turf, your territory, where you live. You never get to go to any of his favorite hangout spots. You never get to hang in his neighborhood or any place that's near and dear to him. If he's always outside of his borough or his neighborhood, or always only coming over to your house or where you are, that is number 10. That could be a sign that you may be a booty call. Number 9, if he never takes you anywhere. Now, let's talk about this one, right? Let's say he has a job and he doesn't take you anywhere. Even if he doesn't have a job, if you guys don't go to any parks, a long drive, a bicycle ride, and if he doesn't have a bicycle, if you guys don't go on walks, if he doesn't take you anywhere outside of the vicinity of your bedroom, that's a problem. Well, it may not be a problem. You might want to be a booty call, but at least these top 10 tips will at least let you know whether or not you are one or may be one. So if he never takes you anywhere, that's a problem. And you know, and if he does take you someplace, like let's say McDonald's or something, think about it. Just think about it. And we're going to talk about this at the very end of the video, but men are very simple. And you have to kind of try to use a little bit of logic to see what exactly may be going on. Okay. Every single person has a limited number of resources, and they're not going to be spending their resources on everybody. They really can't. And you know, men like sex. Sex is great, it's wonderful, and sex feels a lot better than masturbation. But if you just need a human masturbation sleeve, right, are you going to be spending lots of money on this person, taking this masturbation sleeve out with you in public? I mean, think about it, women. How many of you travel around with your dildos? Think about what you are. A booty call, a jump off, a receptacle. Let's go back into the list. I don't want to insult anyone, but if he has money and he sees fit not to spend any of it on you or take you out anywhere, and you know, a lot of these things happen in the very beginning of the relationship when you guys go out on dates, because he's trying to make you comfortable, trying to talk with you, trying to build memories. Well, the memories come afterward, but he's trying to talk with you, trying to get to know you, trying to find out about you, etc. So you know, he'll invest a little bit in the beginning. And then, you know, you guys will go to dinner, etc. And the whole purpose is to get comfortable enough to become intimate. This is why these people they're taking you out on dates, because they want to. I don't know how to put it. Listen. I don't want to typecast everyone, but he finds you beautiful or sexy. He wants to get in your pants. He can't just ask you to come. Oh, if he thinks you're a respectable woman, he just can't, you know, ask you to be a jump off. So he takes you out till you become comfortable enough to become a jump off. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me get back on topic. You know, these dates, he'll be able to feel you out and see whether or not you guys are right for one another. And remember, your whole purpose. Oh, listen, we're not going to get into what you should do in this video. We're going to talk about that in another video. We're already at 4 minutes and we're only up to number 9. Okay, listen. Number 8, if there's no planning involved, if everything is last minute plans, this could be because there were no other girls available, or his first choice was not available because he called her in advance. And you know, she's busy. I mean, who is he? He's, you know, Who knows what she thinks of him? So maybe she has somebody else who's top on her list. So he got cast to the side, or he was holding out hoping that she would be available. But you know how those things go. You know, you're chasing him, he's chasing her. You know, this, I don't want you to be on the back end of the chasing. I want you to be the one getting chased. So if there's no planning, if everything is last minute, you know, if he's only calling you at night, and it's always on his terms, that could be an indication that you are a booty call. Number 7, if he is out of communique frequently, if he is chronically, okay, if he's chronically unavailable, or if you have restricted and limited access to him. If when you try to call him, 3-4 days go by, you calling, can't get through, emailing, text, can't get through. If you have restricted and limited access to him, and especially if the limited access occurs between the hours of 2 a.m. and 4 a.m., you know, that that lets you know something right there. So let's move on. Number 6, if he's unavailable on holidays, if he forgets your birthday or just doesn't care, you know, you may be a booty call. Like we just had July 4th. Listen, July 4th just passed. What did your sweetheart do? Did he have a barbecue with the family? Were you invited? Or was he like, oh, they made up some excuse? I mean, think about that. And then we're going to go right into number 5. There's no friends or family intros for you. Trust and believe, if a man is talking to you, he's talking to you because he's attracted to you, so he thinks you're beautiful, right? Now, there may be something about you that he just doesn't like, or maybe he doesn't even really feel that you're that hot. But if a guy is with a girl and interested in this girl, this is somebody that he's attracted to and somebody that he finds very beautiful. Men get with the women that they think are beautiful. Men are very, very in tune to beauty and all that other stuff. And if he thinks that you're beautiful, why wouldn't he want to show you off? Men love showing off their prized women. So if he's not showing you off, if you don't feel like he is happy to be with you or proud to be with you, or he's not like, oh, it's, you know, this, that, and the other, this is my girl, this is my friend, oh, come meet Susie. You know, if he's not doing any of that, if you're like, oh, if he doesn't want to introduce you to any of his family members or friends, there could be a reason why. You know, number 1, men have a certain number of women that they can bring around their friends and family and introduce them before it gets tired and old. If a man cares about his or has a close relationship with his family, there's only a limited number of women that he can bring around, and he may not want to use that allotment of women on you. And then there's another type of man who brings so many women around their friends and families that it becomes mundane. So you have to, if you do get a chance to meet his friends and families, look and see about whether they're like, oh, hey, Tasha, nice to meet you. Oh, Johnny brought Tasha around with a nice young lady. Or if they're like, here we go again. What's your name again now? Keisha? And you're like, no, it's Karen. They're like, oh, okay, whatever. That's because there's going to be another one there next week. So they don't care. So pay close attention. Meeting friends and family is important. Okay, so you just have to see how you're meeting them or if you're not even being introduced to them at all. And then here's number 4. You feel like a secret, or you feel like you're sneaking around. You just have this feeling. If you don't feel special, if this man does not make you feel special, if you don't feel like this situation if you don't feel prized and coveted, and if you feel like there's some sort of mystery going on. Remember I said men are very simple. So if you feel like there's some sort of mystery you got to figure out, or what's going on, and is this really so? Am I imagining? No, that's too much. It's too many. Very, very, very rich. Simplify it. If there's a lot of complication and all that other stuff going on, trust me, something is up. Something is up. So if you feel like you're sneaking, you probably are. If there's no hand holding, no public displays of affection, if when you come close to him in public, he pretends as if he's falling down on the curb, if you see that he sees somebody and then he's like a gasp, and then all of a sudden he has to jump down and try to tie his laces, but he's not wearing laces, so he pretends as if there's something stuck to his shoe, and he's like looking around waiting for people to pass. I mean, come on, use your common sense. Use your common sense. Something's going on. Something's going on. Believe me, if there's any type of mystery involved, men are not mysterious. Women, if you even think, you know what, I hate to ramble, but think about the anatomy. Women are all on the inside with lots of folds and curves and little buttons and flaps and dents and all of this other stuff. Men are very direct. Twig and berries. Boop and bloop, just right out there, out in the open. If there's any mystery involved, there's something's up. Something's up. So number two, okay. And this should be number one, but I got it at number two. But listen, if sex does not feel intimate, think about it. I done told you this in the last video. You cannot get physically closer to another person than being inside of them. You cannot get physically closer to another person. So what if you have somebody inside of you and you don't feel close to them? Oh, honey, there's a problem. If there's no eye contact, you know, this one could be hit or miss. But if there's no oral, you know, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit later in this one, but no eye contact during sex, so it's just straight doggy style or whatever type of positions that doesn't make him have to look into your face. I mean, how do you stare lovingly at your dildo? You're not like, oh, Buzzy. Let me use this because it has a color. You're like, oh, Buzzy, how I love thee. You know, you're not doing all of that. And if you are putting it in your mouth, you're just wetting it up so it could have an easier slide. So let me tell you. Listen, if sex does not feel intimate, there's a problem. If there's no cuddling, and if you do not feel satisfied after intercourse, if he's not interested in your satisfaction, if there's no oral, and if there's no oral for, like, you know, there's some people who just don't do oral, you know, and then I have ladies, I need to talk to you about that in another video, because I don't condone that. You know, you ain't sticking unless you licking. So listen, no licky, no sticky. All right, you want to beat it, gotta eat it. Listen, okay, let's move. Okay. All right, listen. If he's not concerned with your pleasure, I mean, listen, when you got Buzzy out, you're not really worried about, listen, you put some batteries in Buzzy, the batteries last as long as they need to last. You're not worried about getting Buzzy where Buzzy needs to get, because Buzzy doesn't need to get nowhere. But listen, if a man cares about you, he's going to be cared about your satisfaction and about your pleasure. You know, if he's only concerned about himself, if you are leaving that situation frustrated, honey, there is a problem. And then now let's get to the number one. Number one. The number one sign to know if you are a booty call. Remember we talked about that video, the one thing that all men are good for? Honeys, it's solving problems. If you have a problem, listen very closely. All jokes aside, listen to big sister TonyaTko, y'all. Here we go. Let me zoom in a little. Let me zoom. Okay, here we go. Ooh, my ankle. Sorry, I twisted my ankle yesterday. I just tried to cross my legs. That hurt. But listen, okay. Listen to big sister. Men were placed here on earth to be our protectors. And men know this. And men are innately very good at problem solving, at protecting. These are things that men live for. If men did not protect, and if men did not if men did not cover, protect, and all of those other things that are involved with their strength and their positions here, right? If there was none of that, then what would be the real point? So, because you could be with a woman then. All jokes aside, you could be with a woman if that were the case. But men are our protectors. And if you have a problem and you bring this problem up to your beau or your boo, however you want to put it, and he doesn't care, That's the number one indicator right there that there is nothing about your union which is sacred to that which exists between the union of man and woman. He does not regard you in a way in which a man would regard a woman which he cares about. It's general and basic, and that's why this one is number one, because some of the other things, every situation is different. Some of those are hit or miss, honestly. The 10 through 2, some of those are hit or miss. They could be, you never really know until you're in that situation. But number one, if he does not care, if you have a problem, a crisis, or an issue, and he doesn't care, if he doesn't try to offer up some sort of solution, if he makes no motion to try to solve it, then all is lost, honeys. All is lost, because he doesn't have the basic and human care for you that a man has towards a woman. And you really know at that point that you are just a receptacle, just a warm bun to hold his hot dog, just a crevice or a cranny for him to place into your nook. That's just about it. So I want you to think about these. Some of these may have been funny, but I want you to really think about them. And I want you to listen to this video again and pass it on. And I want you to try number one. A lot of women got it twisted. They're like, oh, if he cares about me, why doesn't he just listen to my problem? Men are Mr. Fix-Its. They are excellent at solving issues. So come to your boo and talk to him about a problem. Come to him distressed about a situation, whatever it may be. Oh, my car broke down. I don't know how to get to work. Just think of anything. I don't know how I'm going to be able to study and pass these classes. I got exams and I'm overwhelmed. Any and everything. My stove is on the brink. My car needs to be tuned up. Just anything that you can think of. Family problems. Oh, I don't know how to communicate with my sister. And you know what, ladies? We all got issues. Talk to him. I want you to try this out. You don't believe me? Try it out. And ladies, if you have a man who sits there or he comes back with a solution, you have a man who cares about you in some facet. He cares. Now, I can't tell you in this video to what extent he cares, but he cares, and that's a beginning. So what we're going to do in the next video, I'm going to talk to you about some of the ways to avoid becoming a booty call, all right? And some of you ladies are going to be shocked by what it is that I have to say, because there are key warning signs in the very beginning that a man will tell you, but you have to be able to have the ears on to listen. Remember, I said men are very simple. We complicate things. It's very simple. Men need food, shelter, sex. And there are going to be some things that you need to look for in a man's life. Remember when I said broke boys gets no booty? There's a reason for that. When a man is not where he needs to be in his career, he's less likely to settle down. So listen, ladies, you know what? I'm going to break it down and make it very simple for you. I've interviewed scores of men. Have I interviewed over 100 yet? I've interviewed a lot of men. And ladies, I'm going to break it down and make it very simple for you. In the next video, we're going to talk about how to avoid becoming a booty call. I still need your questions. Teenagers, I still need you to write me more questions. I have some good ones. I don't have a week's worth yet. Ladies, I need your questions. And men, most importantly, because I want to be able, I'm a woman. Men, you're missing out. You're really missing out. I'm a woman and I can offer you a lot of advice about things that you may be confused about. Men are very simple. I'm trying to explain this to the ladies, but men, I know that women are complicated. So write to me with your questions. I wish I could hug you all. Oh, look at these muscles. Okay, that's enough. Let me get out of here. You guys know where to reach me on Facebook, Twitter, and my website, tkoworld.net, facebook.com/TonyaTko show, and on Twitter, twitter.com/TonyaTko. Write me anywhere. I need your questions. So listen, I love you guys very much. And write your comments below. If you want to add some more tips that will let people know whether or not they're a booty call, I implore you, write them below, because there are some more. I just wanted to give the top 10 list. But I love you guys, and I hope you all had a really great weekend. And listen, booty call no more. Look out for my next video. I wanted to do that Wednesday. Should we do a live show tomorrow? You know what, look for a video very early tomorrow or on my Facebook or Twitter. I'll put up the post about whether or not we're going to do a live show because I like to do those on Wednesdays. But on Thursday, look out for my video on how not to become a booty call. Come back Thursday. So I love you guys. TonyaTko and I'm out. Peace.